Baby, 2024, let's talk about it.
Gentle with my mind and physical. Every way you speak, it sounds so lyrical. I'm trying to see what is underneath. Cause you see the way you move is really fooling me. Yeah, it's the way.
When I tell you this year was the year of self discipline for me, and I'm so proud of myself because I executed everything on my list of goals and some. I'm shocked at myself right now. Let me tell you, I am still in shock at the things that I accomplished. And it might not be big for other people, but it was big for me because of the prior years. I was going through it, okay? I was going through some things that I could have prevented. I take accountability for that. I could have prevented. But at the end of the day, I learned from my mistakes. I learned from the choices that I made. And going into 2024, I told myself, listen, we got to elevate. We got to really show ourselves that we are serious, and we got to stay disciplined. And I think right now I'm in a season of celebrating myself, because when I tell you I listen, I was doing the dang thing, okay? And I can honestly and humbly say that 2024 was one of the best years of my life. It was literally blessing after blessing after blessing. It was all because I stayed disciplined and I took myself seriously. I stayed disciplined and I took myself seriously, and I didn't let my anxiety or my fears get in the way of going after everything that I wanted. So, any advice for anybody going into 2025? If you really want to elevate, if you really want to get yourself together, speak life within to yourself. Don't let anybody get in the way from you executing every one of your goals. Take yourself seriously and stay disciplined. Stay on a task. Put one foot in front of the other, even if it's at a slow pace. Make sure you are still moving forward. So, my initial goals for 2024 was to go to the gym. And I know that's a lot of people's goals. Like, everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get my fitness on. I'm gonna start my fitness journey. Yeah, I've been one of them girls before, but some about this year I was like, no, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna go whether people go with me or not, because I was the type of person, I have social anxiety, and I was just like, I can't go if somebody's there not there with me. Like, if nobody's there with me, I'm not going. But I was like, you know what, if that, I was going with people at first, but people started dropping off, and I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep going. And I did. And while I was there, I ended up getting a personal trainer, and I've been in the gym ever since. Now, I did stop for a couple months during the summertime because I had to get my gallbladder removed, so I was out for about 3 months. But as soon as I was able to get back in that gym, I was in that gym, and I'm still in that gym till this day, okay? Now, I didn't lose the weight that I wanted to lose because I was eating, okay? I was still eating, but nonetheless, I was still in that gym. I was still getting stronger, because my thing, I wanted to lift. I want to lift so bad. Like, I don't want to be a bodybuilder, but I wanted to lift so I can get stronger. And definitely executed that goal. The second goal I had was to finish school. The previous year, I started taking classes at the University of Phoenix for medical billing and coding. And I told myself I have to finish strong. I can't let nothing get in my way. I can't get sidetracked. And I had to stay on the task. And I ended up finishing in June. Thank God. Because medical billing and coding is not easy. And I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But nonetheless, we executed that goal. We finished. We got it done. One of my other goals was to get a new job. I was working security, and I was not making enough money. I was barely making enough money. And when I started that job, I just needed anything, because I was going through a lot emotionally, mentally, physically, psychologically, spiritually. Like, it was just so much going on during that time where I was just like, I can't sit on my behind. I need something to survive. And it was an easy job. I just sat down and watched cameras for 8 hours, like, or I stood in a lobby for a couple hours, and it was at night. So it was just an easy job for me to really just get by. But towards the end of 2023, I was just reflecting. I was just like, I can't be like this. Like, I can't let my issues win. I can't let none of those things I've been through in the past few years, I can't let those things win. I have to get on a ball. Like, I have to really take myself seriously. And that's what I did. And I ended up getting a better paying job. And it was the job that I wanted. And I'm happy. My problem is I have terrible spending habits. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that later. We're not going to talk about that now. I'm just blessed at the fact that I was given the opportunity. And I'm still working that job till this day. And that was basically majority of the goals that I set. The others were just to execute all of my goals, take myself seriously, be more disciplined, and I definitely executed every single one of those goals. So I started a new list, and my next goal was to get me a new car because I was in a Kia. And mind you, I'm not gonna say that the car was bad. It wasn't a bad car. It's just when I bought the car at first, I was just getting anything. I didn't get what I wanted. I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to get anything, and as long as it can get me from point A to point B. And plus, I needed a car to get to the job that I wanted because public transportation does not go to that job. It doesn't get there. So I was like, I need something to get me to the money. Okay, I need a car to get me to the money, and that's what I got. Child, you know, having a Kia comes with problems. Somebody broke into my car. First of all, somebody tried to break into my car once. They didn't get in. And then somebody broke into my car and ran through my stuff. Mind you, I don't keep anything important in my car, so they didn't get anything. But it's the fact that I knew for a fact having a Kia was just a target. Like, it's so easy to steal. And I was just like, you know what? I know I'm blessed the fact that God gave me this car, but I'm gonna go after what I wanted. And I wanted me a Toyota Corolla. It was either a Toyota RAV4 or a Toyota Corolla. Regardless, I wanted the Toyota. So after my car got broken in, that was the last straw for me. I was like, no, I'm not finna. Nah, I'm about to go get what I want. Like, it's time for me to get what the heck I wanted. And let me tell you, I ended up getting my Toyota Corolla, and I'm so happy with my car. Like, when I tell you, I went into that dealership and I was just like, I'm gonna get this car. Like, I'm gonna get this car. Was I a little discouraged in between time? Yeah, because buying a car is scary, okay? Buying a car is some scary work. But I was so determined to get what I wanted because I feel like I deserved it. Like, I deserved it. And I went after what I wanted, and that's what I wanted. I settled for what I could get, but it was time for me to get what I wanted, and I got what I wanted. It is what it is. Last thing that I added to my list. There's a story. It's a little story behind it. But when I first started going to the gym, my trainer was becoming an IOTA. If you don't know what IOTA is, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. It's a part of the Divine Nine. And he was becoming an IOTA, and he was basically talking to me about the things that I had planned for 2024. And I was telling him my goals and how I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and meet new people and network and really put myself out there. And I kind of wanted to heal my social anxiety. And he was like, have you ever heard about the IOTA Sweethearts? And I was like, yeah, I went to Cheney a while back. And that's when I was first introduced to the IOTA Sweethearts. And I was interested then, but again, a lot of things kind of pushed me away from that. Nothing to do with the organization. It was more so my personal life and the things that I had going on with me. And I kind of like fell back from it because I wasn't going to be able to follow through with it. I wasn't serious enough about myself or disciplined enough about myself to move forward with that. So I was like, I have some healing to do, and I have a lot of growing up to do. So I kind of just not forgot about it, but not intentionally forgot about it, but there was a lot of stuff going on in my life in between where it didn't really come to mind. So when he brought it to my attention, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should. So, you know, I talked to some girls. I went to a couple meetings to get more information, did my own research, and December 11th, I became an Iota sweetheart. And that was just really the icing on the cake for me. It was just like, so many things happen within your life. Like, you started going to the gym, you finished school, you got a new job, you got the car you wanted. Now you're an Iota sweetheart. It's just like, when I tell you that becoming an Iota sweetheart was such a surreal moment for me, it was just like, at that moment, it was like, girl, I know you can do anything. Like, I know you can execute anything. Like, anything you touch, you're going to be great at it. Anything you touch is going to be golden. Anything you decide to pursue, you're going to execute it excellently and beautifully. And you're going to flourish. And when I tell you, I felt like I was just flourishing and growing and maturing. And I don't know, I feel great. I feel amazing. And when I tell you, becoming an Iota sweetheart, even though I've only been in it for like probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks, it's definitely one of the best decisions I've made in my life. And I'm so glad that I joined that organization. A couple, I'm not gonna say downfalls, but a couple things that I don't want to say negative things, but things that have happened that weren't so great. Of course, my car got broken in, and I ended up getting sick and had to get my gallbladder taken out. Even during those times, I was still having a ball. I had a great support system. And I don't know. I wasn't really depressed. I wasn't really sad during those times. It was just like, I got to get past this. I got to get to the good parts. I gotta keep moving. Like, this is only a temporary situation. And I was just like, I got to have fun doing this shit. And listen, I've been telling people I got missing parts and missing pieces. So it's just like, even during the bad times, I still was having a great time and I still was happy. The one lesson that I learned in 2024 was, everybody is not going to make it with you. And that's still something I'm adjusting to. And there are a lot of things that I tolerated. And there are a lot of things that I excused or made excuses for because I was so caught up in just trying to be a good person for other people. And I had to realize that I was holding myself back. And it wasn't on them. It was more so on me that I was holding myself back, because I'm the type of person that if I elevate, I want everybody around me to elevate with me. If I'm growing, I want everybody around me to grow with me. If I'm maturing, I want to make sure everybody else is maturing with me. But I had to learn that people have to want those things for themselves. And you can't entertain someone else's misery, because it will make you miserable and it will make you angry and it will piss you off, especially if you're somebody who takes on other people's emotions so strongly, because that's how I am. And I knew for a fact that in order for me to elevate and get to the place that I wanted to be in this happy state right now, I have to pull back and I have to let go and I have to stop being there for everything. And for me, that kind of made me realize that people aren't as happy as they seem. And there was a lot of misery there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of delusion in this world. And the only way that you can get a clear mind and understand your own reality is if you step out of somebody else's reality. And I had to do that. I had to step out on my own. I had to fall back. I had to ignore a little bit. I had to step away. I had to not include myself. I had to not invite myself. Half the time I had to uninvite myself. But I did those things in order for me to stay on task and stay disciplined. And I'm still adjusting to those changes, because you still have that mindset where you want to call or text or, run it up with the people that you used to run it up with. But at the same time, it's just like, it kind of feels like you're moving backwards, and you don't want to move backwards. I'm not at that point where I am emotionally ready to pursue those individuals, because I know me, I will probably fall back into that cycle. And even though I've been doing good and staying disciplined and staying on task, those things kind of make me a little bit weak, because I care so much. And I'm not a type of person to go around and be like, I don't give a. No, I care a little bit too much. I can never not, I could care less, but to completely not care, that's not in my genes. That's not in my DNA. But overall, I've met some new people, and I've met a group of people that are beautiful people inside and out. And we all motivate each other to stay on task. We all motivate each other to pursue our dreams, to keep going. And I'm so happy that I have those people in my life right now. And hopefully later on in life, I can reconnect with those who I may not have talked to in a while, people that I used to hang around every day, old friends, whatever. And hopefully they are in a better place than they were before. We always praying for people. We always uplifting people, even if we don't talk to them every day, even if we don't see them, or even if we don't know what's going on. We stay praying for people, okay? But yeah, that's about it. My 2024 was really, 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 really good. I think I really have not written down a list of goals for this year. But I feel like this year is just me continuously flourishing and basking in my femininity, continuously elevating and growing and just becoming everything that I want to be and more, and budgeting, because your girl be spending money. Tell me why. January 1st, I had to pay $265 for a new tire because I ran over a nail and they couldn't take that big behind nail out. You know how pissed I was? $265. Baby, it's the first. I hope y'all had an amazing 2024, and I hope that your 2025 is just as amazing as you are. I hope you grow. I hope you elevate. I hope you get everything that you seek after. I hope you hit all of your goals. I hope you stay disciplined, and I hope you stay prayed up. Until next time, I don't know what's going to happen after this. I can't tell you. I don't know what's going to be. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm just going with the flow at this point. It is what it is. Like, I'm really just living life, and I really didn't pick up the camera and document anything. In 2024, I took pictures, but I just was most of the time I was just living in the moment. But I feel as though that it's time for me to show who I am, because I'm a great person, and I'm a beautiful person inside and out, and I really just want to connect with more beautiful people. So I don't know. Let's Let's see where this goes. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.
Gentle with my mind and physical. Every way you speak, it sounds so lyrical.